Then as we started to get into our producing, through our deal with Netflix, really creating projects that we felt were compelling, and then I said, okay.
What happens when global fame collides with a business empire that no one seems eager to buy from? Imagine launching a lifestyle brand backed by one of the most powerful companies in entertainment, only for the partnership to quietly fall apart. That's exactly the storm surrounding Meghan Markle right now. Behind the headlines about luxury candles, expensive wine, and jars of jam lies a far bigger question. Was this ever a real business success, or just another celebrity project built on hype? As Netflix reportedly steps away and Meghan moves to take full control of her brand, critics and commentators are asking something far more uncomfortable. Was the empire ever working in the first place? For a moment, it seemed like Meghan Markle had positioned herself perfectly for a lifestyle empire. She had global name recognition, a powerful media partner in Netflix, and the kind of celebrity visibility most entrepreneurs could only dream about. On paper, it looked like the ingredients for a modern-day lifestyle brand similar to the ones built by Hollywood elites. But behind the glossy presentation, things appear to have been far less successful than the headlines suggested. According to several commentators and industry insiders, the partnership between Meghan and Netflix may have quietly reached a breaking point. Meghan reportedly believed her lifestyle brand had the potential to go global. Her vision wasn't limited to a small domestic launch. She wanted the brand to expand internationally, selling premium products like candles, wine, jam, and decorative home goods to customers around the world. The concept was meant to capture the luxury domestic aesthetic she has tried to cultivate in recent years. But Netflix, the company that helped fund and promote parts of the venture, allegedly had serious doubts. And when you consider Netflix's position in the global entertainment industry, that hesitation carries weight. This isn't just a streaming platform anymore. Netflix has evolved into one of the most influential media companies in the world, producing its own films, television shows, and global franchises. If anyone understands how to scale a brand across continents, it's Netflix, which is why the reported split raised eyebrows. Because if a company with that level of expertise decides not to expand a project globally, it usually means something deeper is happening behind the scenes. Critics argue that the real problem isn't marketing or logistics. The issue may simply be demand. Early reports suggested that many of the products connected to Meghan's lifestyle venture struggled to gain traction. Some items were priced significantly higher than similar products available in ordinary stores. For example, candles priced around $60, premium wine bottles costing several times more than supermarket alternatives, and other home goods positioned as luxury lifestyle pieces. In theory, celebrity branding can make those prices work. Fans often pay a premium to feel connected to a public figure they admire. But that only works when the celebrity has a loyal consumer base willing to support the brand financially. And according to several observers, that may be where things began to fall apart. Interest in Meghan Markle as a public figure remains extremely high. Her name trends constantly online, and millions of people watch videos discussing her, read articles about her, or follow updates about her life. But attention doesn't automatically translate into customers. There's a massive difference between people watching content about someone and people actually buying products with that person's name attached to them. Some critics have described the situation bluntly. They argue that Meghan generates curiosity rather than loyalty. People tune in because they're fascinated by the controversy surrounding her, not necessarily because they want to support her projects. If that's true, it creates a difficult business model. Media attention can create enormous visibility, but without a committed audience willing to spend money, even the most talked-about celebrity brands can struggle. There were also reports that large amounts of inventory remained unsold during earlier promotional periods. Warehouses reportedly stocked with hundreds of thousands of items that simply didn't move as quickly as expected. While exact numbers are difficult to verify publicly, stories like that fuel speculation that the brand may not be performing at the level originally projected. And if sales are slower than expected, That would explain why Netflix might hesitate to invest further in expanding the operation internationally, because going global isn't cheap. Expanding a consumer brand worldwide requires massive logistics networks, international marketing campaigns, retail partnerships, and consistent product demand across different markets. It's a high-risk move unless the brand is already thriving domestically. From a business perspective, Netflix may have simply decided the numbers didn't justify the risk. Of course, Meghan's perspective appears very different. Instead of framing the situation as a setback, she has reportedly presented it as a moment of independence. Taking full control of the brand allows her to shape its direction without what she describes as overly cautious corporate partners holding it back. In her narrative, this isn't a collapse, it's a fresh start. But that interpretation hasn't convinced everyone. Many analysts believe the separation signals something more serious about the viability of the brand itself, and that raises a larger question about celebrity entrepreneurship in general. Because in today's economy, fame alone doesn't guarantee a successful business anymore. Social media followers, viral headlines, and constant public attention can create the illusion of influence. But when companies start analyzing actual sales numbers, the reality can look very different. Netflix may have learned that lesson the expensive way. As the situation unfolded, industry analysts began looking at the bigger picture of celebrity branding and what actually makes these ventures succeed. History shows that celebrity products can become incredibly profitable, but only when there is a genuine emotional connection between the public and the person selling the product. When celebrities like Kylie Minogue, Dolly Parton, or Brad Pitt launch products, their audiences often feel a long-standing sense of loyalty. Fans don't just recognize their names. They like them, trust them, and want to support what they create. That emotional connection is what transforms a celebrity label into a profitable brand. Critics argue that Meghan Markle's challenge may be very different. Her name recognition is undeniably massive, but recognition and popularity aren't the same thing. Some observers believe that while millions of people follow the news surrounding her, the interest often comes from controversy rather than admiration. In the world of branding, that distinction matters enormously. A company can't build a successful consumer product line purely on curiosity. Businesses survive on repeat customers, people who come back again and again because they enjoy the product or feel personally connected to the brand behind it. Without that loyalty, even the most talked about brand can struggle to maintain consistent sales. Several commentators have also suggested that Meghan's strategy may have been too focused on positioning the brand as elite and aspirational from the very beginning. Luxury branding can work, but it requires careful balance. If products are priced far above market alternatives, customers expect exceptional quality or a strong emotional reason to justify the cost. Otherwise, they simply buy similar products elsewhere for a fraction of the price. Meanwhile, attention around Meghan hasn't slowed down. Every public appearance, interview, or new project continues to spark debate across media outlets and social platforms. In fact, analysts believe that this constant attention may have convinced some executives that the brand could eventually convert visibility into revenue. That's likely why Netflix originally took the risk. The company saw the enormous global curiosity surrounding Meghan and assumed that level of attention could translate into commercial success. But attention alone isn't always enough. Some observers describe the phenomenon as the difference between influence and fascination. Influence inspires people to act, buy a product, support a project, or promote a brand. Fascination simply keeps people watching from the sidelines. And if the audience is mostly watching rather than purchasing, even a global streaming giant like Netflix may eventually decide the investment no longer makes sense. For Meghan, however, the story may not be over yet. Celebrity brands have collapsed before, only to reinvent themselves later with a new strategy, a different audience, or a stronger product line. So the real question now isn't just whether the partnership failed. It's whether Meghan Markle can rebuild the brand into something people genuinely want to buy. And that's where the next chapter begins. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who follows royal news and celebrity business stories. And here's a question for you. Do you think Meghan Markle's brand can still succeed independently? Or was the Netflix partnership her biggest opportunity? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you think.